In New York City, 55 years old, 53 years old, 108 years in the ring. It was some of the highest caliber boxing we've seen in all of Haymakers.
Yeah, they were both very fit as well.
Now entering the ring, fighting out of the red corner. Weighing in at 152 pounds, fighting out of Elite Boxing and Fitness and trained by Paul Locke. Let's hear it for Dawne Galetta!
Go Get a Galetta, strong nickname.
Yeah.
Strong nickname.
Elite Boxing and Fitness having a great night tonight. Like, awesome game planning and adjustments between rounds.
You can pay me $1 million. I can't remember who they cornered. They are good, though. They have had success, and they've given a good account of themselves all night, certainly.
This guy.
I'm sure they're great. Mark told me all good things.
Please welcome, fighting out of the blue corner. Weighing in at 150 pounds, fighting out of Alvarez Family Boxing and trained by Eddie Alvarez. Make some noise for Emily Greten!
So Alvarez Family Boxing, kind of new kids on the block. We creep their Instagram or their social media. I don't know what this guy is doing, but he has the most remarkably outfitted facility.
It's all winning gear. So, like, if you talk about like Cleto Reyes or Grant Boxing being like Cadillacs, like winning it's the Lamborghini, it's the McLaren. It's all.
Do me a favor when you, for those
Our
who watch at
10th
home,
fight of the evening
jump
is
on Google, see how much a single heavy bag from winning cost. A single heavy bag, and then look up
The
Alvarez Family Boxing.
The
That
whole
is-
gym is outfitted exclusively in winning stuff.
They do
Crazy.
well for themselves.
Let's see if it transitions to the ring. I don't know anything about them. Been in the sport a long time. I haven't heard anything good or bad about the gym, but it'll be interesting to see them in the ring tonight.
If my memory serves me correctly, Eddie Alvarez was a
Pretty successful.
Yeah, as a boxer.
Yeah.
Himself, absolutely. So we'll see. I think with some of these gyms, you don't know because part of it is I don't know that they have a ring. Again, I'd have to double check, but that does make a difference. We do have a southpaw, Emily. Emily is fighting as a lefty. Both women seem pretty well composed.
Emily floating the correct way, floating to her own right, while Dawne is floating into Emily's power hand. If Emily lets that straight left hand go early, she could land.
Dawne is throwing
John's like, I'm actually
hard
gonna
right
throw
hand.
bombs
She can
instead.
punch.
Yeah, she's got some.
Find that right there. She's one right hand away from sending Emily here to the shadow realm. Oh, interesting little break in the action.
Again, you're talking about masters boxers. You got to wonder about the gas tank. Galetta going to the body early. We love that. But I see some defensive holes in Emily Greten's game. If you can open, I would love to see her straighten out that right hand. As hard as it is. Yep. Warranted 8 count.
Again, people at home might not agree. People in the audience might not agree.
Because they've never been punched in the face and they don't know how the sport works.
That was
very good.
Hard right hand on the money. She's gonna. Now that was a slip.
She's gonna wipe her gloves. Yep. 40 seconds left.
Whenever I see slips like that, I do hold my breath, though.
Yeah, you worry about just a knee or an ankle or anything.
Yep.
Galetta's the bigger puncher. If she gets straightened out there, I mean, she might end this fight without having to straighten out that right hand.
I would like to see her step to her left, though.
Yep.
Because if she's having this much success floating to her right, imagine the type of blows she can land if she just simply sneaks to her left a hair. Now, just as I mentioned that Emily might not have the luxury of using a boxing ring as often, Dawne might not have had a tremendous amount of experience sparring or boxing lefties. Southpaws are, you know, a hot commodity. They're rare.
So, I mean, pretty one-sided first round by Dawne Galetta there. When it comes, and again, not to harp on the Masters boxing thing, but a gas tank is one of the most important things you can have at the earliest stage of your amateur career. If you've only been boxing for, you know, 3, 6, 9 months, if you are much fitter than your opponent, that alone might win you a bout.
Just terribly distracted by Nicki Minaj.
My brother just absolutely loves Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj. I don't care who knows it. I don't.
I don't have
Anaconda,
anything against her.
Total banger. Sir Mix-a-Lot and Nicki Minaj. It's like.
And the difference between her and Cardi B, it's just a couple voices, right?
No, dude, come on. Don't start. Because now it's going to be polarizing on the call.
Yeah, you can't do it.
Do you know what you call Nicki Minaj fans? They have names.
No.
Barbs.
Barbs?
Yeah, Barbs.
Fun fact of the day.
Barb. I'm a Barb. Barb for life.
Again, big first round by Dawne Galetta, but she's floating the wrong way.
I know.
She
Who's in that
float to
corner?
her
What
left.
gym? Elite. You were just pumping Elite tires, and you're right. Scream at Dawne. Go, oh, my God.
Great
Mom,
right hand again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very warranted 8 count.
I think that Emily is really hurt.
Yep.
She
wants to be in this fight, but yeah.
She waved it off.
She might have broke her nose. She's confused.
All right, so now, again, there's complaining by the cornerman. There's complaining by the boxer.
They are
Melissa
both
Kelly made the
absolutely
right call.
wrong. Melissa Kelly made the perfect call in that bout.
There's going to be
Not
confusion with the
only
audience.
was Dawne Galetta landing at will, she was outclassing Emily Greten. I talked about not knowing Alvarez family boxing. They're showing their inexperience a little bit in their corner work here. You don't complain. You fight again. Everybody works 1,000 corners. Sometimes you agree with decisions. Sometimes you don't. Suck it up, pal.
I am upset and disappointed every time one of my boxers gets stopped. And I would never let the official know it.
You never complain. It's a subjective sport. Melissa Kelly's job is there to protect the boxers, and you know what?
And she made the right move
She
tonight,
did.
buddy. Sorry, that's the right call. Additionally, as a side note, too, for every coach that goes on social media and complains about a split decision, do me a favor. Don't go on social media and then celebrate a split decision, all right? Again, stuff happens to avoid an expletive in this sport.
Matt watched his language really well tonight.
I'm trying.
Another thing to note, if you're so I've worked, it's been a while since I've worked at Haymakers Corner. I've worked Haymakers Corners. I don't necessarily, if I don't agree with the decision, hey folks, it's a cancer charity. They raised $500,000.
Ladies
Probably
and gentlemen,
not
the referee
venue
has
to,
called a
argue.
stop to this contest at 26 seconds of the second round, declaring your winner out of the red corner, Dawne Galetta.
Again, good fight. Dawne Galetta. A good puncher, good stoppage, great fight.